Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. League 2 football for you in this one. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Newport County. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. Doncaster Rovers versus Newport County in League 2. Looking forward to this one. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. If this video has brought you to the channel and you like this sort of content, please consider clicking subscribe so you don't miss any future videos that are coming up on the channel. And if this is the first video that you've ever watched, welcome. This is the format that we go through match previews, look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about, and then I choose the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else that needs to be involved in the conversation at that point, get them in the comments down below. And then we finish the video off with 3 predictions. The predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, lovely top wearing them today. Predictions league table that me and the family do, and then the score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. So previous meetings, Donny and Newport have faced off a total of 49 times in our history, and it's not good reading. Once again for us Rovers fans, 16 wins, 11 draws, and Newport have come away with the spoils 22 times out of those 49 occasions. And if you're a Rovers fan, look away now, because the more recent 5 is not great to look at as well. Winless in the last 4. So back to December 2022, it was a 1-0 win away from home, but then it's been dreadful against Newport County since. A 3-1 defeat, a 4-0 defeat, a 1-0 defeat, and a 3-1 defeat earlier on this season. Hopefully we can stop this rot against them and get a victory tomorrow. So yeah, history is pointing in one direction in this one. Moving on to current form, it's pointing in one direction as well. We are 3 defeats on the bounce with 2 wins coming into this one. Newport on the other hand in decent form up until the last game that was played. So in their last 5, 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. I've got to send a big thank you to the 1912 Exiles podcast. They've helped me out with a few words about Newport recently, so this is all from them. I will link their Twitter in the description down below. Go ahead and follow them. But they've said that it was a superb February, and it saw them top of the form table briefly, and it's gone a long way to easing any sort of niggling relegation worries that people had, as they now sit 14 points clear of Morecambe in 22nd. So yeah, there's a decent buffer, a lot of breathing space there. They were brought back down to earth though against Cheltenham with a 3-0 sized bump last time out, so it's kind of dampened the excitement for some a little. But injuries are massively hampering County at the moment, and suspensions will also leave them very light on options up top. They said that it's looking pretty toothless up front, in all fairness. So they're saying that anything from this game, a point, would be seen as a positive. So yeah, not expecting much from the game by the sounds of that. But looking at February's form, if they can bring that in, it will be a tough game to get 3 points out of for Donny. But we're alright with tough games at the minute. Another gritty performance last time out at Accrington earned us another vital 3 points, and it's just kept that pressure on the teams in and around us who have got that game in hand. We do remain in the top 3 at the moment. Bradford's midweek victory over Bromley did leapfrog them into second. Some teams still around us have got 1 or 2 games to play to catch us up in terms of games played, and the close on points as well. So I think if all the teams win their games in hand, we drop down to 6th. So it's vital that we continue getting 3 points and just try to put that pressure onto them so that they drop the points. We did have a makeshift back line against Accrington, and I think it could be the same in this one due to injuries and suspensions. So Newport toothless up top, we're a bit makeshift at the back. Who knows what can happen in League 2. But it was another game where a silly red card was received for Donny as well, diving in where it wasn't really needed. And for me personally, I think both were reds. They've dove in a little bit, although they won the ball. I don't think you can do that sort of challenge in this day and age in football, unfortunately. We saw it midweek, Leyton Orient against Birmingham, similar sort of challenge, got given a straight red. So maybe that's the standard of red cards now, and we'll probably see more of them as the weeks go on. But yeah, hopefully the players learn from it, come back better equipped and with a bit more knowledge on how to put a challenge in. And for me, I'm not particularly bothered about the red cards. It shows commitment from the players, and that's all I ask for: commitment and effort from the players. And if it gets them into a bit of bother, it gets them into a bit of bother. I don't want to see leg breaking tackles, obviously, but yeah, for me they were committed challengers, but they were certainly going for the ball. Referee in both games saw them as reds, so hopefully we'll keep 11 players on the pitch tomorrow. Moving on to player profile, so for this one I've gone with Harry Clifton, central midfielder, 26 years old. He's got 5 goals and 1 assist since coming in from Grimsby in the summer. He just seems to pop up in the right place at the right moment so often. Very hard working, box to box midfielder, loads and loads of energy, which is just what we need within the squad. He's versatile as well, which again can't be sniffed at in any team. He's pretty much played everywhere across the pitch other than in goal or centre back across his career, so he's been utilised in a number of different positions for Donny this season as well. But hopefully we get to see him a bit more advanced up the field, a few more goals, a couple more assists in the run in to the end of the season. A really good signing. He's impressed me this season so far. On to the opponent's one to watch. So as the 1912 Exiles podcast said, a bit toothless up top, but the one player that I picked out, hopefully he's not injured. I couldn't find if he was or not. It is Bobby Camwa. Maybe from a Donny perspective, hopefully he is injured, because he's scored 5 goals, he's got 4 assists this season, 24-year-old centre forward. He scored past us in the return fixture, he scored a hat-trick against MK Dons in Newport's 6-3 win earlier on in the season. Yeah, he's just fairly quick, he's physical for his size, and like they said, a little bit toothless, a bit light on options up top. Bobby could be the one where if we nullify him, completely suffocate him out of the game, then we should get a positive result. And yeah, he may be the one which creates something, or gets on the end of something and gives them that one goal like they did last time. Defended really well, scored the 1 goal, ended up running out 1-0 winners last time at the Eco Power. But yeah, Bobby, 101 appearances across his career, 12 goals, 4 assists. Yeah, 5 of those coming this season, all 4 assists coming this season, so he's having a decent season at Newport. So yeah, for me, the one to watch, Bobby Camwa tomorrow. On to the predicted team lineup. This is thanks to FanUp. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. For this one, I have gone very similar to what team ran out against Accrington. Teddy Sharman-Lowe in goal, a back 4 of Sterry, Olowu, Anderson and McGrath. Midfield of Charlie Crew, Owen Bailey and Harry Clifton, with Molyneux on the right and Gibson on the left, with Rob Street up top. On his own, he harries players, he rushes them. I think he will get a goal tomorrow. But yeah, that's my 11 that I'm guessing at. As I always say, I don't think I've got an 11 right this season, so take that with a pinch of salt for sure. On to the predictions league table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. Outcome of the game right, but not the scoreline, it's 1 point. Completely wrong is no points, and we're all confident of wins against Accrington. Myself, Chris and Max all went with wins that weren't the correct scoreline. My dad got it spot on, he went with a 2-1, so he does claw some space back. He's still in 4th on 17 points, I'm just above him in 3rd on 21, Chris above me on 23 and Max leading the way on 25, so it's extremely tight. My dad will be wanting a few more spot on scorelines in the coming weeks to really close that gap. And that takes me on to the score prediction. It's always tough predicting the score and not wanting to upset anybody, and not wanting to be a million miles away as well. Don't want to be overconfident. I think it's going to be a tough game, although they've got a lot of injuries, and the suspension to Baker Richardson as well. So I think being toothless up front is going to benefit us tomorrow. I think we'll keep a clean sheet, and I do think we are going to win, hopefully a couple of scorers. I'm going Donny 2, Newport 0. Hopefully I'm spot on with that. And that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Don't forget, head over to Twitter to follow the 1912 Exiles. Big thank you for them to supporting this this preview and giving us a little bit of information on Newport. And all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.